son and Deku back home. And they also after hearing that they were gone for a long time and stuck on or stranded, they looked up on history of any people deceased of plane crashes of one of the blank zones. This is what I'm gonna call it for now, the blank zones. Or for them, they'll call it the blank zones. So Deku, they gasped because they're gone for years, and then they completely gave up on the search, and they had a funeral, and they even had a lot of visits and stuff. The guy asked if anybody else survived the plane crash besides you guys. They shake their heads no. They quickly said, we only managed to survive because of Midoriya's quirk. They asked what Midoriya's quirk was, because it wasn't officially stated down in his record. But he said he found out that anything he kills, he can gain their abilities and traits and even transform into them or partially transform into them. They said cool. So they were sent back to Japan. And the Raffles followed the... Oof. Yeah, let's say they just put the Raffles on a cargo plane. Because, yeah. So... I'm gonna change up Deku's quirk a little bit. Let's say he can also kind of absorb creatures a little bit, but they'll have to allow him to absorb them. But they can also be released from his body. It's just for convenience for this. So he just absorbs the Raffles and brings him back to Japan with him, and he would release him whenever he needs them, or just let him out to hang out and stuff. I'd say that their families were actually pretty rich and stuff. And so they would go back to their houses, knock on the doors. Let's say Inko moved out of her house and moved in with Mizuki or Miski. Yeah, he moved in with Miski. So they walk up to the residence of the Bakugos. The Bakugo residence, yes. They knock on the door, and I would say Miski would open up the door. At first, she wouldn't recognize them, because she'd be looking at Bakugo and Deku, because they look completely different now than from when they were young. But there was some resemblance which made her thought, do I know these people? Till she looks at Masaru, and she looked surprised, kind of. She started crying. She was like, Masaru? And she yelled for joy and jumped on him, saying that he was alive. And then she slapped the shit out of him. It's like, you scared me! Why didn't you come back sooner? She started beating his ass. He's like, I wish I stayed at the end. I'm kidding. But she did slap on Masaru a little bit. And she walked up to Bakugo and hugged him. He's like, you must be my boy. I never got to see you grow up. I'm so sorry. And she quickly ran to get Inko. And Inko, in her fat and depressed state, quickly sees Deku and just asks who he was. Mishiki tells her and that they're alive and stuff. And Inko kind of runs up to Deku and hugs him. To Deku, it doesn't seem the same as before. Like, there wasn't as much emotions anymore. Because since he gained traits from the monsters he killed, he started to lose the sense of love that some creatures don't possess. Like how a spider can honestly don't give a fuck about their offspring and just eat them and stuff. So, since he gained the traits of some of those monsters, he started to lose a little bit of the emotion to care for people. And he still cares for Bakugo and Masaru because he's been with them for the longest time, but he actually doesn't possess love for Inko anymore. So when Inko hugs him, he doesn't really feel anything, which kind of makes me mad a little bit. But how could he feel this way? He hugs her back, and Inko realizes that it wasn't that sincere to him. And she asks him what was wrong, and he just quickly says, "I don't know." But Deku is like really smart in this one. So they would study up on what they would miss for the past couple of years. They know a good amount of it to like the say the 6th grade, because that's like the advanced stuff inside the new world. It's like something you'd learn when you're 30. Normally you would learn when you're 30, but they understood it pretty well when they were young. The other people didn't realize how, but since they're from a world with more technology, they understood it a lot more. So they just had to catch up all the way to college level, which they would have a bunch of tutors and stuff. And by the time they're 20, they would Deku would have killed like bunnies and quirked animals, so he would gain like different it wouldn't be like strong quirks, but it'd be like things that are like, you can't get like emitter type quirks from it, but you can get like quirks that'll just make his skin a little bit harder or punch it a little bit stronger and stuff like that. And by this time, Deku's like a powerhouse. I wouldn't be surprised if he could go head to head with All Might in his prime and just like beat him. Like it'll be a little bit hard, but beat him nonetheless. In those 2 years, he got back around the time he was 18, so he got 2 years, so till he's 20, and that's the time when he's gonna go to UA. This quickly is like, so Deku is what to do. A couple years passed. And he was just standing there in the crowd. A Mount Lady was fighting a villain that was really large. The villain knocked Mount Lady on her butt, and she's about to fall back and hit her head on like a building, which would have knocked her out. But Deku quickly formed wings of the, I think it's called Pedicute or whatever it's called. Damn it, wait. I think it's Puka Puke. The wings of Puka Puke, because it's green and he likes green. And he flies up and he pushes Mount Lady back up. The villain's trying to run, but Deku quickly flies around and kicks him to the ground. And basically he just used some transformations to make him look different. Because in this time he had to kill like at least a couple humans that tried to attack or rob people in the new world. So he looked completely different at the time. And he would just quickly fly off. He asked the crowd, was like, who was that person? And stuff like that. But I'll be ending it off here for today. Sorry for leaving off on like a little bit of a... Actually, I'd say I did pretty okay. And sorry that I'm stuttering a little bit. I just never did it in a while. And I kind of got used to it after a while, but since I stopped for a little bit, yeah, I began to stutter again and stuff like that. I'm sorry about it. And tell me if my story making is actually good or not. And I want to thank you guys for watching, and if you liked it, hit the like button. If you haven't yet, subscribe and hit the notification bell to be the first on any of my new videos. And comment any changes you want me to make to the series, or any new series you want me to make. And that'll be it for today, and bye.